Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Tonight's pour is going to be a dragon themed one. You've seen it in you know the title. But I found this dragon at Michael's, I think it was. And I've done two dragons before. They've both sold. They're very popular. A lot of people, it's one of those paintings that brings them into the booth, which is what you want to do when you're at an event. You want them in your vendor spot in your area to look at the other stuff, so you have to have a draw to bring them in. Well, all my Hot Wheels stuff really brings them in, but I do like to have a dragon one there. And when it finally sells, then you feel like, but then again, the Hot Wheels one still brings them in. So I have another big event coming up. I've got 3 left right now. I've only got 3 left for the rest of the year. And they're all, 2 of them are in October, and then 1 in the first week of November. So I don't really have anything scheduled right now. I don't know if I'm going to continue scheduling some more for later November and into December. There's an event in the town where I work at the high school. They have, they didn't have it last year, but I did it the 2 previous years, and it was in the first part of December for their kind of a fundraiser for the school. And so I've done that one. Hopefully they'll have it again this year. And so I wanted to do this dragon one to have for at least the next show. And each dragon I've done has been different. This one's a little bit smaller than the other ones, but I like the color of it. I like the wingspan, and of course you've got to where the mouth is, where it looks like it's breathing fire, which is what you want because you're going to have fire coming out of it. So like the others, I'm going to do a blue background and then the fire coming out, and it's so to me it's pretty basic, but it's going to be a Dutch pour. And so with a Dutch pour, you thin the paints out a little bit more with distilled water. I use distilled water instead of tap water, basically because I'm going to guess because the impurities are kind of out of it more in distilled water. We live in the country, so we're on a well. Even though we have a water softener, I'm not too comfortable with using that water. Plus, everybody I've seen on when I was learning how to do the pours, they all use distilled water, and so that's just what I've always gone with. And it's only like 89 cents at Walmart for a gallon, and the gallon lasts me quite a while. I think I've probably only bought, I don't know, 3 or 4 gallons probably. So I've got the canvas up there, so all I got to do is mix the paints. Probably just the blue for the background. Excuse me, I'm spitting. I have yellow, red, and orange I will use for the flames, and some white. I'll use that. I've already got those mixed. Those are the colors I'm going to go with. It's going to be Master's Touch Orange and Master's Touch, I think it's Lemon Yellow. And the blue will be Artist Loft. The white will be Artist Loft. And the red is Artist Loft. So those are the brands that I'm using. So just give me a minute to mix the paints. All right, I've got the paints mixed. Well, I only did one. So what I always do in the beginning is I level this off, make sure it's level. Because if you don't, as you know, or maybe you don't, if this is the first time looking at this type of style, you want to have a level canvas because this takes about 24 to 48 hours to dry. And so during that time while it's drying, if it's lower in one area, if it's not level, if it's, say, this side is lower, the paint will slowly, and you won't be able to see it, like, unless you sat there and watched it for hours, you wouldn't actually be able to see it move, but it slowly starts drifting this way. So you'll lose some patterns. Some of your paint will go off the edges, you know, and so you'll just lose. I've lost a couple of really nice ones. So I always try to make sure it's level. And I just found some stuff online for, they're actually, they screw to the whatever end you want, and it has kind of metal handles on it, so you can, and it screws so I can screw it to make it level, and I won't have to have all this stuff on my table to prop it up on. It'll prop up on, and you can actually move it around without using your hands on the canvas and getting paint on them, which I get paint on them all the time, so I'm used to that. But it'll be nice not to see how that works. Hopefully it'll work. Save a little paint for, so I ordered that. It was on, I saw an ad on Facebook. I don't buy stuff from ads on Facebook. I think I bought something for my daughter one time. It was a blanket or a rug or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was something with Zelda. I think it was just a big kind of blanket thing. I don't know. I bought it for Christmas, and I think I ordered it in early November, and it didn't get here till like March or April the next year. I think it came from China. I don't know. Some other country, that's for sure. But it finally did get there, and I actually thought it wasn't going to make it. But so I usually don't buy stuff on there. But when I looked at it just to see what it was, because, you know, it was for acrylic pouring. I thought, well, I'll just at least look at it and see what it is. I'd never seen anything like that. And I saw that they actually sell them on Amazon. So Amazon knows where we live, because my wife gets a package just about every day from Amazon. She started making, I don't know when it was, before Christmas? No, it wasn't before Christmas. Maybe it was 2 or 3 months ago. She started making wreaths. And so she's taken over our family room, which we didn't really use. But I was kind of thinking I could move out there because it's a little bit bigger than this room. And she didn't want me to do that. This is before her wreath days. And then when she started doing the wreaths, she took it over. So, and then now I'm not even allowed to have anything in that room. I can't store any of my stuff in that room, even though it's full of her stuff. But such is marriage. I found my torch. Don't get me wrong, I love her to death. Guess I need to find out where this dragon, how far back this dragon needs to go. Oh, I think that'll be all right there. Before I proceed any further, them in a little bit of white. Blowing my paper towels off the think that's plenty of working on the flames. Yeah, I got paint on me. I don't think those handles are gonna prevent me from getting paint on me when I get it, but maybe it'll cut down on it. All right, so I think that looks pretty cool. Now, as you can tell, I do the flickering of the flames, the what, I don't know what you'd call them, but as you might have noticed, I do it on the inside as well, not just on the outside, because you got stuff going on even inside the flames. So that's why I put it not just on the outsides, but on the inside, which I think gives it a little bit more I don't know the word, gives it more dimension, more authenticity of flames, something like that. So we'll let this one dry, and we'll have a nice another dragon one. It'll be my third one, and I'm almost would guarantee that it will sell at the Riley Days, which is my next event. So there you go. This is how you make a really good fire. I know when I was first starting out on fluid acrylics, I did a couple that really, and it was really before I learned how to, before I even heard of Dutch pouring. So this technique with blowing it out was just, mostly it was like a swipe. And I did one that really looked pretty good with fire on that. Most of the others didn't turn out. And so it's really nice to be able to do the Dutch pour now, and I've done enough fire ones that they pretty much turn out pretty decent on almost every one of them. So that's always a good thing. So now maybe I'll make a little bit of jewelry from the drippage. And but we'll let this dry, and we'll get it resin and have another nice piece. All right, so this bad boy is dried. I got the back taped, so when I in the morning when I come back in here and it's cured enough that I can handle it, it's still, the droplets that will harden on the bottom aren't super hard, so they just peel right up pretty easily with that tape back there. So that's a good thing, because you don't want all those bumps hanging back there when you go to sell this thing. So I have my resin mixed, Pro Marine resin. I'm doing 7 ounces of resin, and it's 3.5 the hardener, 3.5 the epoxy. I mixed it for 2 to 3 minutes. And I've got my dragon sitting over here ready to go. I've got my torch. And I've got my Michael Jackson look going with the one glove on. Except he did it a lot better than I did. So So I had almost forgot about this piece. It's been a couple days, but when I came down to paint tonight, I actually forgot that this would be ready to resin tonight. So I wasn't even planning on resining this. I've actually kind of forgot about it. I walked in and saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, the dragon piece. And you might say, well, how can you forget? Well, I had a couple pieces I resined last night that I was excited about, both of them. And so that's what my main focus was on today. Was I got the tape off of them this morning, went to work, came back, I take every piece over to show my folks. My mom is an artist, so I take it over there. She really likes these, and she actually, the bear one that I did for the college that I went to, that I'm going to donate to, Barkley Bears. She's the one that painted the Barkley Bears on it, the lettering on it. So I took it over there to show her the finished product and the new one. And so I was doing that, and I showed my wife when she got home. And so my mind was pretty much on those. I shared it on social media and was getting a lot of comments about those two pieces, and so my mind was on that. So I forgot about this one, but I'm all right with it. It doesn't take that long for me anymore to actually resin the pieces. So once you start using resin more, you kind of get used to it, and you get a little faster at it. Which is what I'm doing. Got it down. Practice makes perfect. Even though I mess up every now and then, I'm still practicing it. And also my mind's been on a few other things. Going on a trip, going to Kansas in a couple weeks. Actually 2 weeks from today. I'm going to Kansas, so I got that trip. The Barkley Bear one I finished up that I was talking about is going to be donated to the college for their annual sale. Alumni weekend, so I'll be able to see a lot of old friends. People I went to high school even, and some people I went to college with, and people that just I knew from living in that town that still live there. So I had posted on my Facebook page, my personal one, because I have a lot of my friends on there on Facebook are people that either live there, I went to school there with, high school and college. So I wanted them to know that I was bringing this out, kind of get because some of them even work there. And so to get the hype going about it, so hopefully somebody would really be interested in buying it and get the bidding up. Now, since I'm donating it, I don't get the proceeds from the if it's sold for $100, or I'm kind of hoping it goes a little bit more than that. And like I said in the intro to that video, people don't go to that auction usually for a bargain. They go there to support the school. They know the money's going to the school, so some things really get bidded on, and really outrageously high prices for stuff. So it'd be cool if this went for quite a few hundred, or even Ooh, 1,000 would be great, but I don't think it would go that high. Not this piece, but the bare one. I don't know, I might take this piece out too, because it's a small town, 500 people, so everybody knows everybody. And the high school mascot is a dragon, so I could take that out, even though our high school closed down a number of years ago, and it's now a county school, but not in the building where I went to high school at. A tornado actually tore apart the town 10 miles from where I grew up. It destroyed like 80% of the town. Their high school was destroyed. So they rebuilt a brand new high school, and now it's a county school. So, but I do believe the elementary school is still there in town, but I don't think they're called the Haviland Dragons anymore. I think it's Kiowa County or Kiowa. I don't even know what their mascot is. So I guess I'll find out. So I'm ready to put this on. So I'm going to get a view over the top so I know where to place the dragon to where it looks like he's breathing the fire out. Because while it's on the wall, this is the view you will see. So I want him in there good. So I think that'll be a good spot for him. It really looks like he's, I'm going to turn it just back a little bit. Right there is good. So there you have it. Another great dragon piece. This is my third dragon. The other two I have sold. So, I don't know. I might donate this one. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. But if not, it'll be for sale. And so, as always, if you like this video, hit the like button. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of it. And hit the subscribe button. I did today hit 100 subscribers. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate every one of you. And so my next goal will be to hit 300. So that's what we're shooting for. So if you like my content, please subscribe and support the channel. Thank you for watching.